Welcome to the annual members meeting of the Dalai Arts Center for 2021. My name is Kate Caranda, and I've been honored to serve as the chair of the Board of Trustees for the past year. I'd first like to thank all the members of the board for their time and dedication. This has been an especially busy but very productive year. I would also like to thank you, the membership, for participating in today's virtual meeting and for your continuing support of one of the mainstay cultural institutions of our community. I am happy to share that despite the ongoing pandemic, the Dalai remains true to its mission and aggressively continues to provide the Frederick region with educational opportunities and experiences in the visual arts. 2021 was a year of celebrations, leadership transitions, high-quality programming, and the return of the Gala. With Catherine Moreland's retirement and transition to CEO Emeritus, the Board of Trustees selected Dwayne Doxson as our new CEO. Dwayne has already demonstrated that the board's confidence was well placed. The Arts Center is fully open in accordance with the health and safety protocols recommended by local, state, and federal agencies. Throughout the year, the Dalai has maintained a full calendar of exhibitions, classes and workshops, online programs and activities, as well as operated a successful gift gallery and reclaimed our share of the rental market through private events at the Gardner Hall. I'm in awe of the staff and volunteers who continue to view the challenges of operating in the pandemic as an opportunity for tireless innovation. Our biggest annual event, the annual Gala, returned in October with Brood 35, one of the most successful and imagined events in our history. My sincere thanks to the Gala Committee chairs, Ted Delaplane, Norvis Long Parker, and Bonnie Ritter, and to all who contributed to this memorable evening. The last few years have underscored the importance of arts as an outlet for individual creativity, as well as a fulcrum supporting community in times of public stress. The Dalai Arts Center fills both of these roles in our region through embodying our vision, everyone deserves art. I look forward to another successful year and hopefully to seeing you in person in our next annual meeting.
Hi everyone, I am Anka Stradley and I am the Dalai Arts Center's board treasurer. I have had this position for 5 years now, and it's been a great experience to get to learn more about this wonderful organization and the Frederick community and do my little part in helping. I will quickly review for you part of the financial activity for the last fiscal year, which includes the period between July 1st, 2020 and June 30th, 2021. As you will see, despite the challenging period that just ended, the Dalai Arts Center is in a strong financial position due to its wonderful leadership as well as the generosity of the Frederick community. And in mentioning the skilled leadership of this organization, I have to congratulate Catherine Moreland on her retirement and thank her for all that she has done for the Dalai Arts Center and the Frederick community. And also congratulate Dwayne for assuming the CEO position and wishing him much continued success in leading this organization. Now, going back to numbers, in terms of revenue for fiscal year 2021, as you will see in the audited financial packet, the Dalai Arts Center ended up with $2.9 million in total revenue and support, out of which $1.6 million were unrealized gains on investments. This is an increase of $1.4 million when compared to prior fiscal year. In terms of assets, the Dalai Arts Center ends the fiscal year 2021 with $11.5 million in total assets, an increase of $1.8 million over the prior fiscal year. And $8.5 million out of these assets are endowment funds, an increase of $1.6 million over the prior fiscal year. The Dalai Arts Center has minimal operating liabilities and has applied for and was approved loans under the Payment Protection Program. The organization has also met the requirements for full forgiveness under this program. This is all I have for a quick review, and I don't want to bore you with more numbers, but please do not hesitate to reach out to me if you have any additional questions about any of the above or any other financial information shared for you in the packet. Wishing that you all stay safe and healthy, wishing you happy holidays, and hoping to be able to meet in person for the next annual members meeting.
Hi, I'm Dwayne Doxson, Delaplane's CEO. Prior to assuming my current position just a few months ago, I had served as the Arts Center's Director of Development and Communications for the past 7 years. I'm honored to have been selected by the board and thrilled to continue the upward trajectory that has been the Delaplane's hallmark for the past 35 years. I'm also extremely fortunate that Catherine Moreland, who led the Delaplane for more than 26 years, agreed to postpone her well-deserved retirement and stay aboard in a CEO emeritus role through the end of the year. Her institutional knowledge is invaluable and her legacy awesome. Together, Catherine and I are providing continuity and stability for a seamless and successful transition. As you can imagine, this past fiscal year 2021, which ran July 1st, 2020 to June 30th, 2021, was a challenging one. We're proud that despite the hurdles and bumps of the past year, we were able to present more than 50 solo and group exhibitions, both online and on-site, exhibiting artworks by more than 600 adult artists and more than 300 youth artists. The Delaplane was open 359 days and welcomed tens of thousands of local residents and visitors to the region. We held more than 100 adult and teen classes and workshops and more than 50 youth workshops and camps. And we held dozens of free public programs like Art Matters Artist Talks and Art at Noon that welcomed artists, experts, and art professionals for fascinating and informative discussions. While most were held online through the past summer, we've since resumed on-site programming as well. The Delaplane's community outreach activities to better serve underserved and at-risk populations and new audiences continued last year, even though program opportunities were temporarily reduced as many of our nonprofit partners were unable to maintain in-person programs due to the pandemic. Still, hundreds of art kits were made available free for area youth, and dozens of programs were provided to local nonprofits and service organizations. One of the silver linings of the past year or so was the establishment of Virtual Delaplane, which went online in March 2020. Since then, Virtual Delaplane has been home to a growing number of free online activities, exhibitions, workshops, and programs, all available at delaplane.org. Delaplane Arts, our quarterly magazine, continues to be the most widely distributed publication in the region. It features all our upcoming exhibitions, programs, and educational offerings, as well as art features. Watch for our winter issue coming your way very soon. If you're not on our mailing list yet, you can jump on at delaplane.org. I'd like to take this opportunity to give a shout out to two behind-the-scenes support staff members of the Delaplane, Susan O'Connor, our office manager, and Kathy Mossy, our bookkeeper. Although part-time, they help keep the organization moving ahead all the time. The Delaplane has accomplished much over the past year, and we did it together. Board, staff, volunteers, instructors, members, and friends in the community have all pulled together to not only help the organization survive the past year, but thrive. We especially thank all those who supported the Arts Center through their generosity. Delaplane Foundation and members of the Delaplane family continue to be incredibly generous champions of the Arts Center. We offer sincere thanks to other major funders, including the Maryland State Arts Council, Osherman Family Foundation, M&T Bank, Maryland Heritage Area, the Community Foundation of Frederick County, City of Frederick, and the Tourism Council of Frederick County. Our deep appreciation is extended to all those individuals and businesses who have contributed to a strong and healthy Delaplane Arts Center. We continue to improve and deepen our impact on the region, because everyone deserves art, and you deserve your Arts Center to be the best it can be. Thank you.
I'm Kristen Butler, Director of Programs. Over the last fiscal year, we have embraced the new normal, where a rich slate of programming is available both in person and online. Exhibitions Manager Corey Fry had an exciting slate of exhibitions, beginning with our first Contemporary Innovations exhibition, Nakia Brown's Expressions, Black Beauty Still Lives. April's Bug Invitational delighted visitors, especially kids and families. The 2021 National Juried Exhibition had a 17% increase in artists entering, including our first international submissions. We continue to ensure that images from each exhibition are available online for those who are not able to join us in person. Instruction Manager Cindy Yunt has seen a marked increase in the comfort of instructors and students with holding classes and workshops on site. When in-person instruction resumed in the summer of 2020, we had just 6 classes and 48 enrollments. While this spring, we held 26 classes and workshops with 214 enrollments. Last summer, we held just 9 camps with 59 enrollments, while this summer we held 25 camps with 214 enrollments. To continue our public outreach efforts as much as possible, Cindy has been creating Delaplane at-home videos as a replacement for creative outlet since March of 2020. When we reopened last summer, she began combining these videos with free take-and-make projects at the Art Cart. Creative Outlet resumed on site this September, but we continue to create monthly videos and kits, and currently 300 to 400 kits are picked up by visitors each month. The Helen Smith free workshops for children resumed last October and November, took a break over the winter, and have been going strong since April, with interest increasing each month. Artist and Scholar Talks were held as webinars until June. We now hold almost all the Art Matters talks in person, while half of the Art at Noon talks are still webinars, allowing us continued access to speakers from outside our region. Each talk is recorded and shared on our YouTube channel, where they have gotten an average of 122 views to date. Looking forward, this fiscal year is off to a great start. By the time you see this, we will have just recently closed our second Contemporary Innovations exhibition, Amanda McCaver's Embroidered Spaces. The satellite exhibitions have returned to the Brunswick, Thurmont, and Urbana libraries, and the Frederick County Public Schools Youth Art Month student exhibition will return to our galleries this March for the first time since the 2020 exhibition was cut short. We're adding new classes and workshops each semester and working toward offering more for children and teens throughout the year. Whether it's in person or online, we hope to see you soon.
I am Will Abbott, the Delaplane's new Director of Development and Communications. I joined the Delaplane team in August of this year. I come to the Delaplane with 16 years of arts administration experience. My most recent position was Director of Operations for the Carroll Arts Center in Westminster, Maryland. I work extensively on tasks and projects very similar to my new role with this organization. I am already feeling comfortable in my role and look forward to helping the Delaplane continue to recover from the pandemic and adapt and improve ourselves for the future. I started work with the organization after the end of fiscal year 21, so I'm not able to give much personal insight on this past year. Instead, I will present some of the information on the efforts and accomplishments of my team members, Tim Ryan, Marketing Manager, and Melanie Gettier, Visitor Service Manager. Tim worked on maintaining our presence in print publications throughout the pandemic. We continue to publish the Delaplane magazine, mail monthly postcards, and run ads in local and regional publications. Tim also maintained our display at the Visitor Center, which helps direct many tourists and out-of-town guests to the Delaplane. He's most proud of creating new monthly video welcome presentations for our display monitor outside the first floor galleries. These feature information, images, and current and upcoming exhibits, classes, and programs. Melanie focused on maintaining what she calls the 3 V fundamentals of her role. These are visitors, volunteers, and vendors. Visitation was obviously significantly impacted during fiscal year 21. Despite COVID restrictions, we still had nearly 40,000 visitors to the building during the year. Of those visitors surveyed, 53% indicated it was their first time visiting the Delaplane. Many of the Delaplane's longtime volunteers have opted to take a hiatus during the pandemic. Luckily, Melanie was able to recruit new people to help. During the fiscal year 21, 33 volunteers assisted us in person, many of them new faces. These volunteers gave a combined total of over 900 hours of their time. The gift gallery remains an important way for the Delaplane to support and promote local artists. With COVID limitations on in-person shopping, Melanie worked to move our items to an online shop and process and ship online orders. Since in-person shopping has returned, she has continued to focus on keeping the gift gallery stocked full of interesting local arts and crafts. In fiscal year 21, the gift gallery featured a total of 91 artists and crafters. These vendors kept 75% of their sales income, making the gift gallery a significant earning opportunity for local artists. During the pandemic, our online outreach became more important than ever. Social media is an ever-expanding tool to reach supporters and visitors. The staff is working together to create daily content for our Instagram page, and between our Facebook and Instagram pages, we interacted with more than 175,000 people during fiscal year 21. If you're not already following the Delaplane on Facebook and Instagram, go check it out. I'm excited to explore new digital communication options for the Delaplane while continuing to grow our existing platforms. I look forward to meeting all of the Delaplane's board, members, and supporters. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me by phone, email, or social media at any time. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Marilyn Orsinger. I'm the director of the Facilities and Rentals Department, which currently consists of me and our very capable part-time crew. The part-timers fill a very important part of our staffing by covering all the evening and weekend events and filling in for vacation relief as well. Most of them are familiar to students and regular visitors to the Delaplane. Allow me to introduce each. Dakota Canaday is our event manager. Creative and organized, she handles the brisk shower trade on our Sundays and helps me with bigger weddings. Clients compliment her to me all the time. Jackie Clark is our regular Monday, Wednesday, Friday evening front desk staffer, but she does so much more. She's a deft hand at assisting Corey Fry with exhibit installations. She keeps track of housekeeping supplies inventory, and she is one of the most able and cheerful people I've ever worked with. David Fitzwater mans the front desk on Tuesdays and Thursday evenings, and then all day on Saturdays. He is extremely capable and has great rapport with our students, event guests, and visitors. He is a steady hand around all of the changing arts, setups, sales, and activities that we experience on the weekend. Andrea Jones is our stalwart weekend person. She works Saturday evenings and Sunday days and has learned to field all sorts of questions and situations. In addition to working with us, she's a licensed EMT and is taking graduate courses as well. The newest of our part-time crew is Brent Steiner. He works on Sundays, helps with special projects, and fills in for the front desk when needed. A very nice guy. I feel very fortunate to work with these fine people and appreciate their dedication to the Delaplane. When people come to our art center, they are often seeking inspiration, taking a class, learning to paint, looking at wonderful exhibits, and finding a gift or attending a special event. These part-time staff help tell our tale. We could not do what we do without their efforts. External events in the summer of 2020 were small and limited. Typically, pre-COVID, we did any number of different types of events. We've been hugely popular with the wedding celebratory activities like engagement parties, rehearsal dinners, post-destination receptions, vow renewals, milestone anniversaries, and of course the whole wedding package. Once we were able to reopen in a limited fashion, the primary events we did were small baby showers since it was difficult to postpone the arrivals of the babies. As more people got vaccinated, I started to get bombarded with calls for bigger family events. I'm excited to say that the milestone family event business is now again booming. Social clubs and business events are starting to creep back with hybrid Zoom and on-site meetings, but are very cautious and are really concerned about cancellation deadlines. As the primary event salespeople, Dakota and I meet with clients, tour the facility, pitch our services, and hopefully make the sale. We meet, plan, and work out logistics. We advise and recommend options on any number of decisions that need to be made to ensure a smooth, enjoyable event. It involves a great deal of work, but it's our very great pleasure to be involved in the public face of the center in our rentals capacity. I always say that we try to open the door wider for people who might not ever consider coming to an art center except that their cousin is getting married. We strive to make all guests comfortable and that the paying customers are pleased. And most importantly, even though we do a couple of hundred events a year, we want each of those rental clients to feel like their event was the most important one we did. The comfort factor brings up the other half of our department, the upkeep of the facility itself. Over the past number of years, we have really improved our aging HVAC infrastructure. Happily, we are now able to make control adjustments remotely, and this is extremely helpful. We recoated our rusting cooling tower to extend its working life. We replaced one of the zoned heat pumps while we were in limited operations. We have been steadily replacing burnt-out fluorescent lamps with cost-saving LED fixtures throughout the facility. We added electrical outlets to the new deck to make it more usable for events. I must say that the ability to have access to fresh air with the deck doors open has been an added comfort feature for our guests during the pandemic. The deck is a wonderful addition. Both facilities and rentals involve hard work and weird hours, but it is very gratifying to do the work knowing it supports the wonderful arts programming here at the Delaplane Arts Center. Thanks.
We welcome your comments on our meeting and anything that involves the Delaplane. You can reach out through email to info@delaplane.org. We'd also request that the membership take a moment to visit our website to vote on the slate of board nominees. And thank you again for taking the time out of your afternoon to attend the meeting.